Welcome back. In previous lecture, we talked about open loop and closed loop hydraulic systems, basic functions, and what was the main disadvantages and advantages against each system. In this lecture number 12, we'll start talking about hydraulic system symbols. This is an introduction on how important is the symbols in hydraulic systems. In order to read a hydraulic sketch or to read a hydraulic circuit, you have to be familiar with hydraulic symbols. So let's start. Hydraulic elements such as cylinders, filters, pump, valves are connected through pipelines to form a hydraulic circuit. It's really very difficult to represent the complex functioning of these elements using sketches or drawing. Therefore, graphical symbols are used to indicate these elements. The symbols only specify the function of the element without indicating any information pertaining the design of that element. Symbols also indicate the actuation methods, the direction of flow of the hydraulic oil, and the designation of the ports, where the connections will be. Symbols are described in various documents like DIN 24300, British Standard, ISO 1219, and the new ISO 5599. Lots of standards are made to define the symbology. It depends on the manufacturer which standard he is following, and the accurate diagrams of hydraulic circuits are essential to the technician who must repair. In order to diagnose a problem or to repair a hydraulic system, you have to be very well aware about the symbols and how to read the hydraulic circuits. If you don't understand how the system operates, it's very difficult to diagnose possible hydraulic problems. The symbol used to represent an individual elements need to display the following minimum characteristics. When we are reading a symbols, we have to identify and know the following characteristics. The function. What is the function, for example, for a pump? The pump is used to pump hydraulic oil. Actuation and return actuation methods, where the flow will go and how it is returned back. Number of connections. For the pump, I have inlet, outlet, 2 connections. Some valves, I have 4 connections. It depends. Number of switching positions of the valve itself. The directional control valve, it will move to certain positions. So how many numbers? General operating principles. You can identify how the basics operating or general operating principle for a hydraulic circuit, and simplified representations of the flow path. We need to trace the oil from the originating point, whether it is a hydraulic tank or reservoir or a pump, till the actuator or actuating mechanism. The symbols doesn't represent the following. It doesn't represent any size or dimension of the components. I cannot simply add, I cannot find, like example, what is the pump size, inlet size. I can't. Particular manufacturer or methods of constructions or cost. It cannot be shown in a hydraulic symbol. Operations of the ports. Any physical details of the elements. Any unions or connections other than the junctions, where the lines will be connecting and whether it will be crossing or connecting. These are the basic understanding of the symbols. What is the purpose, what the symbol should show, and what will not be showing through hydraulic circuit symbols. If we recall, in previous lectures, we draw a hydraulic system. We converted from 3D to this shape, and I told that be aware of this picture. We will have it regularly in the course. So now we need to convert this one to symbols. How can we do it? Like this. So if we again refresh our understanding on the items, we have here the reservoir, here we have the filter, here we have the pump with motor, and here is the pressure regulator, and this one will be representing the control valves, and this will represent the cylinder or actuators. We'll come into details against each symbols of these items in next lectures, so don't be worried. This is a standard uh, diagrams or symbols for lots of items. We can see here hydraulic pump, hydraulic motors, air pumps in case we are in pneumatic system, or air motors. We have the valves, we have the cylinders, single acting cylinders, double acting cylinders. We'll come to know this one in details. We have connected and not connected lines crossing, the mode of actuators of the valves, the accumulators, pressure relief valves, lots of items. This is a standard symbols, and they will go into details of each items in the next lectures. Thank you, and see you in next lecture.